Yodro690 wants to know, does anyone out there know if and when the new Palm Pre or the Apple iPhone 3rd generation will be out, and if they will be available in England, as I need to upgrade and don't fancy BlackBerry Storm? I don't fancy the Storm either myself, my friend. So this is what I can tell you. The Pre will be available in a GSM version in Europe. It hasn't been, it's been this like, it's confirmed, it's not confirmed, whatever. But there's a GSM version kicking around. Vincent from Splash Gear got a photo of it at Mobile World Congress. And there's a little bit of a PR fiasco for Palm. But anyway, there is going to be a GSM version. I was even told by a Palm person they're trying to launch it before second quarter 2009. And then Palm kind of retracted that and said no information yet. But there will be a version in Europe by the end of 2009 for sure. My bet would be Sprint will launch theirs first, and then the European version will launch a month or two afterwards. And everybody's betting on Vodafone right now. That's not confirmed, but that's what the bet is. So there you go. iPhone 3rd generation. Apple typically, late June is when they release the new iPhones. I would expect another iPhone coming out this June, and I would expect this time you're going to see some more significant differences. From first to second gen, it was, they added 3G, they made some minor tweaks. I think you're going to see some bigger differences this time. Whether it's hardware, hardware might just be a higher res screen, but I think you're going to see some software differences. I'm hoping you're going to see deeper messaging integration, a different notification system, that kind of thing. But I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, whatever iPhone Apple releases this time around, it'll be available worldwide, just like the current iPhone is. They want to make money whenever they can. When is the BlackBerry Bold coming out for Verizon? Asks Ramako2K9, and there's some responses to that, and then there is also another thread. Where is it? The BlackBerry Niagara thread. Kurt85 wants to know, is the BlackBerry Niagara just the BlackBerry Bold, but for a CDMA network such as Verizon? I'm confused. I want to know if BlackBerry Bold hit Verizon's network or not. The Niagara is supposed to be released May 09 for Verizon, at least what I've been reading. Give me a hand, guys. Signed, the Fat Man. All right, so here's what I can tell you. The Niagara, there's some information on the Niagara recently posted. I think it was Aaron posted it on our own website. So Aaron Baker's got a post from Thursday, March 5th. First photos of BlackBerry Niagara 9630 Surface. And basically, the Niagara is kind of in between a Curve 8900 and a Bold. It kind of more resembles the Curve a little bit, but kind of in between the two in terms of size and specs and stuff. But basically, it's the Bold with a different bottom and a slightly different keyboard. The keyboard is not the Curve style where it's like the individual keys with more space in between, but it's more like the Bold where the keys are a little bit larger and kind of more in a grid where all the keys touch one another kind of thing. It's going to be CDMA. I think it's going to be on both Sprint and Verizon. Should be out this late spring, early summer. May is still what I'm hearing as well. And, hopefully maybe even at CTIA we'll see it. But so there you go. So that's kind of the equivalent of the Curve that will be kind of in between a Curve and a Bold. Right now it's like the Bold is AT&T only in the US. The Curve 8900 right now is T-Mobile only. And then the Niagara is going to be kind of the same kind of device. More like a Curve though in terms of overall size for looks like Sprint and Verizon CDMA version. There you go. All right, I think we got time for one more. Let's hit one more mailbag. All right, yeah. So SSAR wants to know about the Samsung Memoir. I was wondering if one of you guys can give me an update on the Memoir, price, specs, camera. What's the release date? So the Memoir is now out. All the information, full review, everything. I did a couple videos on it. You can check that out. Basically, what I can tell you, I don't have it handy right here. No, I don't. It's an interesting phone, 8-megapixel camera, high-res video capture, 3G, Samsung TouchWiz, all that, full HTML browser, et cetera, et cetera. It's a little bit thick, but that, not that big of a deal. The camera is definitely quite good. I don't think, if you're a big photo buff, I don't think that you're going to give up your regular standalone digital camera and only use the Memoir. I don't think it's quite that good. But it is good. It's definitely better than the Behold was. And a more powerful flash, Xenon flash. Not as powerful as a regular camera. If you hold the Memoir next to a regular camera, you pop both flashes at once, you'll see that your standalone camera, the flash is much brighter, even though the Memoir is Xenon flash. The photo quality for a camera phone is quite good, but compared to regular cameras, again, you know, in good lighting, it's pretty good. Maybe some of the little fuzzy on the edges, maybe the colors are a little off. There's a lot of digital post-processing that goes on internally, automatically in the camera, but you can do a lot with it. But I think it's interesting because I think as a phone, even though it's a touchscreen phone, I'm not a big fan of the Samsung TouchWiz right now. I think it's a little bit clunky to use. And the touchscreen itself is a little bit, you know, it's better than the previous generation of Samsungs, but still not as good as your other high-end phones. It's $250 on contract from T-Mobile. And for that kind of money, we're talking, you know, we're talking Curve 8900, we're talking G1. If you want to go a different carrier, you know, we're talking iPhone 3G, you know, HTC, Fuse, whatever. So you're smartphone territory, and it's not as good as a full smartphone. I don't personally think. So it's kind of like if you really just want the best camera phone you can find on a U.S. carrier, there you go. But you know, if you're looking for an all-in-one device that kind of does it all, I don't think it's quite there. I think the Moto Zine ZN5, the camera quality is just as good. It's 5 megapixels, not 8, but image quality is pretty much on par. Or you could look into, you know, a smartphone that has a decent camera, like BlackBerry 8900, for instance, you know, or the HTC Touch Pro, or what have you, that maybe the camera quality is not quite as good, but I mean, unless you're going to be printing these out, do you really need the 8 megapixels? That's the question. If you do, and you want a camera phone all in one, just one device, Memoir is definitely a good device. It's not an amazing camera. It's not that great of a smartphone, so you're kind of compromising a little, is what I think. Anyway, there you go. That's all the time we got for right now. It's the mailbag. You want to see more mailbags? If you do, you got to let us know. All right, you gotta watch them. We look at the views. If they don't get a lot of views, we don't do it again. But if it does, if you want to know, we get a lot of comments, get a lot of emails and stuff. We'll do more mailbags, all right? And again, go to the forums, post your questions there. That's the place to get them answered. Can't answer them on Facebook. Can't get to them all on YouTube. But you go over to the forums on Phone Dog, put them there. We'll get you. And while you're there, you can play the One Pod Bandit, and maybe you'll win something. All right, till next time, we know from PhoneDog.com. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the questions. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.